Hello, my friends. I am your friend, the parrot Yazan. Did you remember me? No? Oh, did you forget me? Well, I excuse you because I am on a break from selling, but I will remind you myself. I am the pirate Yazan, the king of the seas. Today, I decided to go with some friends on a fishing trip in my ship to the middle of the sea. Do you like to come with us? Well, let's go. I come back, my friend. But do you know something strange happened to me today? I don't believe it. I will tell you. Do you have some time? Okay, let's go. When my friends and I were sailing in the middle of the sea, suddenly a big box appeared floating on the water. So we picked it up and opened it. So look what we found. A big book with the paper on it. When the paper opened, it was written in it. The writer is Lewis Carroll. This is the nickname of the writer, mathematician and photographer Carlos Dodson. But he cancelled his real name due to the fact that Lewis Carroll loved children very much, especially his hero story, Alice Liddell. And this is what makes some hates and accuses him of delinquency. Okay, Alice in the Wonderland. Alice and a girl, 10 years old. She was sitting with her sister Lamis. One day in the garden, her sister was busy with a book that she was reading. So Alice thought a book about making a necklace of jasmine because her sister so busy while she was in the garden. She saw a rabbit wears wonderful clothes, looking for his watch and saying, "What is this? It's too late. It's the middle of the day." The rabbit ran quickly. After saying that, Alice was very surprised and threw jasmine flower, and she followed the rabbit. Then she fell in a big hole. Then she heard the rabbit says, "My mustache, my ears. I am afraid of Princess Anger because I am late of my appointment." Alice went out of the hole and followed the rabbit again until she found herself in a place similar to the big hole, and its doors closed with long and very narrow tunnel. Alice couldn't enter it because it was very narrow. Then Alice found a bottle in the shape of a doll. Alice caught her and the doll said for Alice, "Drink me, drink me." Alice drank from the water in the bottle. After she drank, her size became convenient to enter into the tunnel. So she entered it and led it to very beautiful garden. Alice saw a cake, which said to Alice, "Carry me and eat me." Alice ate it, and as soon as she finished eating it, she turned into gain size. The rabbit saw the big size and afraid. Then he ran away. As Hanan, a glove fell from his hand. Alice carried the glove. Alice found a small fan inside the glove and lit the fan. She returned to her size and threw fan in lake. But the surprised Alice found near the lake, painting writing on it, Lake of Tears, and heard voice of mouse saying, "Save me, save me." Alice rescued the mouse, and then she found something strange, a game of two colors. So Alice decided to taste it. Alice discovered there is a place behind the game play. Behind the game plane, Alice closed from the door and opened the door. She saw Princess carrying a baby, and cat walk between her feet. But the princess didn't care about Alice and say, "I have appointment with the queen." The cat stood and said to Alice, "I know what you are looking for." And she pointed to her with her hand and saying, "There, Alice, there lives a cute bunny. Hurry to visit him." After few steps, she found Grey Rabbit with the hat maker drinking tea together, and also found a mouse sleeping in between them. But she left there and completed to the jungle. She found a big tree, and the end of the trunk, this green tree, there is a big door. She entered through the door. She finds the white rabbit in front of her, and behind him an officer carrying the king's crown. But she was surprised that all people like the drawings that move. Even the queen and the king look as if they are play card. The queen appreciated Alice and asked her if she want to play a game of cricket, or if she preferred going with the parrot to take her to the sad turtle. Suddenly Alice heard the voice of Cat laughing, shouting, "Hello, I am the laughing cat. I learned to laugh in the daisy forest." And he also said to her, "Look behind you. They are the twins who don't part. They are the twins who don't part. One of them is well known his question, and the other, ha 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 ha." Then drowned the cat laugh. The cat suddenly disappeared. The twins jumped out of joy, and many questions said, "Want to learn how this cat disappeared?" And Alice wondered about the laughing cat's matter. So I asked, how did he suddenly disappear and reappeared? The monkey said, "It's blue tulips, so bring me a few of them. But be careful with the gate guard." Alice went to the land and chrysanthemum and the twins remained standing in front of the laughing cat, looking at him as he disappeared again. Then heard a distressed sound from the distance. The rescue, the rescue. Alice returned and found on her way. The parrot and the turtle, as the two were waiting for the king and the queen. And when they arrived at the trail, so everyone who lost in the cricket game was executed. The budgie laughed when he saw Alice's tears, saying, "They are men of paper. Tomorrow the trees are treading another." The white rabbit came back again, carrying a cake and candy, and Alice had felt very hungry, and craved a piece of it. But the hat maker quickly arrived and presented her with a piece of candy and a cup of tea, and said, "Go ahead. I called me to court because I saw I don't know the subject, sir." The queen became angry with Alice, and Alice said, "Then is the ruling before issuing the decision?" Alice said, "What is the opportunity? Doesn't implement the verdicts before its issuance." The queen's fact turned, and the king became angry and shouted at the soldiers, "Arrest her!" And Alice laughed, saying, "You are men of the paper, that I can tear all of you." The soldier flew into the air, handing to Alice, just as the autumn leaves fly off, and the king was calling number 6, number 7 to the top, and beware that Alice doesn't hold one of you. Also, Alice cried out, "The king or the queen? I am hold one of you." Also, Alice cried out, I am not afraid of paper. The king or the queen can't harm me because they are also from the paper." The battle continued between the soldier and Alice, and the soldier couldn't hurt her. Some of them were carrying swords and of paper too. Alice holding the papers and putting them in her pocket. And Alice, until she heard her sister's voice saying to her, "Wake up, Alice, wake up," finished Alice's beautiful dream in Wonderland.